Hi, welcome to the Insight Chair. I'm Dr. Angelica Dempsey. I'm here to offer you the insight that I've gained through starting and growing my private practice to help make it a little easier on you. So, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, click that notification bell so that you can receive notifications of all new videos uploaded by me. Today, we are going to talk about writing a business plan. Now, the reality is writing a business plan should be something that you do when you start any type of business. When starting a business plan, it's really important to think about who is your ideal client going to be. Consider your mission. Your mission. These are questions like who, why, and how. Who are you going to help? Why are you going to help them? How are you going to help them? Consider things in relation to their demographic. Are you going to be working with anxiety? Are you going to be working with depression? Next. You want to find your voice, right? This is the time when you're able to determine what your name is going to be. So what is that stamp you want to put on your business? Determine maybe even the colors, the themes, all those things that are going to be associated with your company. That is how you find your voice. Next, the legal stuff. Yes, legal stuff is important as well. So you're going to have to register with your state, which is registering your articles of incorporation. For me, I'm Dr. Angelica Dempsey. I decided to utilize the name Dr. Angelica Dempsey, LLC. That worked for me. Prior to actually stepping into the realm of private practice, that's who people knew me as, and I felt it would just be important for those individuals who may have been with me before when I was contracting to find me. So that's the reason that I decided to go that route. You're going to have to file with your city as well. You can maybe file in person. You might want to just do a Google search and see if you can file online. It's likely a lot more convenient. Many places have their software set so that you can just upload things right online. In reference to safety, right now it still is COVID. That might be something that is a little bit more convenient. Also, your EIN. That's your employer identification number. It's kind of like a social security number for your business. So you don't really want to put your social security number down for your business for many different tax purposes. Please, 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 this is a gem I'm about to drop on y'all. Do not get scammed. You can do this for free. It is a free option, right? You can go www.irs.gov and you can file that EIN number, Next is your NPI number. Your NPI is your National Provider Identifier. I'll put the link to the NPI information down below because I don't remember it specifically and it's a little long. So next, this is the insurance question, right? So you like liability insurance for yourself as the provider, liability insurance for also your company. My suggestion would be to do your research when it comes to insurance companies. Sometimes your clients or even patients might not be comfortable with going and sitting in a session with you. No shade to you, but the reality is they just might not be comfortable. Other things to consider would be things like your location. Are you going to open up a brick and mortar location? Right now with COVID, online, we call it telehealth, is an option to consider. Right now for me, all my sessions are held virtually through telehealth. Let's just say you decide to do the brick and mortar location. Then there are things that you need to consider like what's the rent going to be? Are you going to sublet with maybe another clinician? Depending on how you structure your company, you're still going to have some type of a budget associated with that, right? So with that, being honest, in my opinion, because I've done both, it's a lot less expensive in reference to the telehealth. Something else to consider, what payment method are you going to accept, right? Some people strictly are like, hey, I'm taking cash, I'm not dealing with that insurance. There are pros and cons associated with both, right? So these are some things that you might want to consider in reference to your business plan. A lot of times providers like to do things themselves. I am one who many times has done things myself. Are you going to do your own accounting? Or are you going to hire a PCA? Next, website, marketing, and all the bells and whistles associated with owning your own private practice. First things first, domain name. Domain name is very important. I actually strongly suggest that you look up a domain name prior to even registering with the state. Why? Because there have been times when people have actually registered with the state and that domain name is gone. Just because you register with the state does not mean that you are going to be able to have access to a domain name. And it would really suck to have a company name and the domain is not associated with it. When it comes to having a domain name and registering with the state, you are only registering with the state you're in. Some other state could have the same exact company name, and that could be the reason you cannot access that domain name. I mean, there's a slew of other reasons as well, but that's something to really strongly consider before even registering with the state. Next, your email. You want to have an email that is business-like. So for example, me, Dr. Dempsey at dr-dempsey.com, right? My domain name is dr-dempsey.com. So with that being said, it's really important to have your company as a .com rather than Gmail. No shade to Gmail and people who have that email, but it looks a lot more professional. I know for myself, if I'm going to be handling professional business, I want to deal with a professional company. It does not cost a lot of money. It's like $6 a month to establish your own email address. And that's something that I strongly suggest that you do. Same thing goes for social media. I encourage you to ensure that the name lines up in many different areas to help when people are looking for your company. You don't want to have a company name as one thing and then social media as something else. It's going to be very confusing for your clients to find you. Prior to really solidifying and settling on a name, figure all that out first and make sure that it all lines up. And if not, you might have to just change your name. Another tidbit of information includes your referral network. Having a referral network makes things so much easier. With a referral network, you will be able to establish people who you can send clients to. And there may be people that you just are not skilled or qualified to work with. So you want to be able to refer them out to other people. You also want to have a network of people who will refer clients to you. Now, I know that was a lot. Trust me, it is doable. It is achievable. I was able to do it. I know a lot of other clinicians who were able to do it. Take a second and breathe. You can do this. You got this. And I am here to help you. That's one thing I can say. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below.